Hello there, welcome back to my channel. We're looking at the sets that are due to retire at the end of this year. I'm using the Brick Fanatics retirement list to go by. If you've seen my other videos, you know what I'm doing. I'm comparing sets from 2 months ago to now and getting the difference in figures. I'm also looking at the websites, the European, the UK and the US, to see whether they're still in stock, whether it's temporary out of stock or still available or whatever it is, whether they'll ship it in 30 days or something. Just a disclaimer, obviously when I've done the research, 2 minutes later they could have gone out of stock, so I might say it's available and then obviously they've gone out of stock, so I can't control that. If after I've done the research I find out that it's changed when I do the photos, which is just before it's edited, then I'll put a photo up that's different. So I might have said it's still available but now it's out of stock, so then I'll put a photo of it saying it's out of stock, so that it'll kind of correct what I've done. But obviously I might still, it might still change from that. So this video is going to be a kind of a mix-up of themes, but it'll be Batman and that kind of thing. Right, first one is 71478, the Neverwitch Midnight Raven, £90. It's available in Europe, UK and US, but in the UK it's down 30% to £63 and in Europe it's down 30% to €70, but it's still available. In the last 30 days sold 27 sets, which is up 19 sets since the 2 months ago when I did the last video. The highest amount is 106, which is up £15 from last time, and the lowest amount is 60, which is the same as last time. Now I've had a few comments recently, so I've been talking about this, sort of saying that if in the last 2 months the set has sold quite a lot of sets, and obviously the amount in the last 30 days has gone up and the highest amount has gone up, and maybe if the lowest amount has gone up, then obviously the data for that set possibly could be something you want to look a bit closer into to see whether it's going to be a good investment or not. Obviously people have their own opinion whether if it's sold a lot whether to invest in it or not, because obviously it could be flooded, or it could be that it's a good set because lots of people have bought it and it's very popular. So it's your own decision whether you think it's good information or whatever. I'm just giving you the data and then you can decide from there. Alright, so it's sold 797 sets, of which 459 was in the US, 60 in the UK, 159 in Europe and 51 in Canada. So that's a difference of 589 sets since 2 months ago when I did the last video. Next one is 71480, the Logan the Mighty Panda, £25. Now that's available in the US, available in the UK, it's down 30%, which is £17.49 at the moment. And it is down 30% in Europe, down to 21, but it's sold out. So that one, in the last 30 days, sold 31 sets, which is up 20 from last time. The highest amount is 31 and the lowest amount is 18, which is both the same as last time. So it's sold 578 sets, 405 in the US, 27 in the UK, 51 in Europe and 72 in Canada. So that's a difference of 216 sets since last time. You have to forgive me, I've got a bit croaky thing because I've got a cough. Next one is 71483, the Neverwitch Nightmare Creatures, £40. That's available on all 3 of the websites. In the last 30 days sold 37 sets, which is up 26 from last time. The highest amount is 47, which is down £7 from last time. The lowest amount is 27, which is down 9 from last time. It sold 876 sets, of which 510 was in the US, 63 in the UK, 174 in Europe and 51 in Australia. So that's a difference of 228 since the last video. Next one is 71484, Cooper's Robot Dinosaur C-Rex, £70. That's available on all 3 other websites again. In the last 30 days sold 26 sets, which is up 10 from last time. The highest amount is 85, which is down 6 from last time. The lowest amount is 49, which is down 11 from last time. It sold 934 sets, of which 576 was in the US, 27 in the UK, 201 in Europe, and 54 in Canada. So that's a difference of 225 sets since last time. Next one is 71485, the Mateo and Z-Blob the Night Battlemech, £115. Now that's available from all 3, but In the UK, it's down 30% to £80.49, and in Europe, it's down 30% to €91. But in the US, it's just available at full price. In the last 30 days, sold 18 sets, which is up 9 from last time. The highest amount is 157, which is up £3 from last time. And the lowest amount is 86, which is down 9 from last time. Now, it's sold 427 sets, of which 159 in the US, 18 in the UK, 174 in Europe, so Europe's beat America that time, and 33 in Australia. So the difference is 132 since last time. Next one is 71486, the Castle Nocturnia, £170. Now that's available on all three, but it's down 30% in the US, down to $140. Down 20% in the UK, down to £136, and down 20% in Europe, down to €160. So that one in the last 30 days sold 12 sets, which is up 8 from last time. The highest amount is 239, which is down £8 from last time, and the lowest amount is 118, which is down £33 from last time. It sold 363 sets, of which 195 is in the US, 30 in the UK, 81 in Europe, and 24 in Australia. So that's a difference of 180 sets. Next one is 71491, Mateo and the Z-Blob Action Race Car, £45. Now that's available in all three, and it's also down 30% in all three. So in the US it's $35, UK £31.49, and it's 31, isn't it? Yes. And in Europe, €35. So in the last 30 days, sold 10 sets, which is up 6 from last time. The highest amount is 55, which is down 5 from last time. And the lowest amount is 27, which is down 12 from last time. It sold 248 sets, of which 117 was in the US, 15 in the UK, 57 in Europe, and 30 in Canada. So that's a difference of 111 sets since my last video. And the last one for Dreams is 71497, Cooper Tiger Mech and Zero's Hot Rod Car, £90. Now in the UK and Europe it's down 40%, but still available. So the UK is £54 and Europe is €60. But in America it was down 40%, down to $60, and it's sold out. In the last 30 days sold 14 sets, which is up 9 from last time. The highest amount was 119, which is down £25 from last time. Lowest amount is 63, which is down £16 from last time. It sold 323 sets, of which 183 was in the US, 24 in UK, 66 in Europe, and 24 in Australia. So that's a difference of 204 sets since my last video 2 months ago. Now, just in case those people are watching, when I'm on the time of the video, there's about 12 hours left of the Lego Insiders weekend. So, like I say, the available and that kind of thing is what you need to know before you try and buy it. So, like I say, by the time this is edited and posted, it's probably only going to be a few hours left, if that. Right, so now we're on Batman, or DC. First one is 76270, Batman Mech Armor, £13. That's available on all three of the websites. In the last 30 days sold 50 sets, which is up 17 from last time. The highest amount is £18, which is up £1 from last time. The lowest amount is 9, which is the same as last time. It sold 2,160 sets, of which 1,197 was in the US, 183 in the UK, 495 in Europe, and 144 in Australia. So that's a difference of 420 sets in 2 months. Next one is 76271, the animated series Gotham City, £260, the big art picture. That's available on all three websites. Now, I have seen, I think this weekend, Lego in the UK at least has got, I think it's 20 or 25% off that, if it's still in stock, that is. Right, so in the last 30 days, it sold 28 sets, which is up 8 from last time. The highest amount was 347, which is down £74 from last time. And the lowest amount was 190, which is down 35 from last time. It sold 4,329 sets, of which 2,310 was in the US, 423 in the UK, 1008 in Europe, and 270 in Canada. Now, the last time I did that, there was no figures to compare to. So, because there was only 2 in that particular theme, so there was no figures, so I couldn't compare it to anything for the difference. Next one is 76273, Batman construction figure and the Batpod bike, £65. In the UK and Europe are still available. In the US, it was down 40%, down to $39, but it's now sold out. It sold 2,297 sets, of which 1,389 was in the US, 216 in the UK, 354 in Europe, and 195 in Australia. So that's a difference of 717 sets. So 717 in 2 months. Next one is 76274, Batman with the Batmobile versus Harley Quinn and Mr. Freeze, £55. In the UK and Europe it's still available, but in the US it's sold out. In the last 30 days, it's sold 32 sets, which is up 11 from last time. The highest amount is 59, which is down £4 from last time, and the lowest amount is 35, which is the same as last time. It sold 5,815 sets. So obviously, like I tell you before in my other videos, if you times that by 4, you're looking at 20,000. It's of which 3,156 was in the US, 429 in the UK, 1,275 in Europe, and 531 in Canada. And again, there was no figures last time, so I've got nothing to compare it to. Next one is 76301, Batman and Batmobile versus Mr. Freeze, £18. That's one of the 4+ sets. That one is available in the UK, temporary out of stock in Europe, and sold out in the US. In the last 30 days, sold 18 sets, which is the same as last time. And the highest amount is £23, which is down £3 from last time. Lowest amount is £13, which is up £1 from last time. It sold 880 sets, of which 330 was in the US, 75 in the UK, 297 in Europe, and 114 in Australia. So the difference is 336 sets since 2 months ago. And the last Batman or DC is 76302, Superman Mech versus Lex Luthor, £13. Now in the UK and the US it's still available, but in Europe it's sold out. In the last 30 days, sold 42 sets, which is the same as last time. Highest amount is 18, which is down £1 from last time. The lowest amount is 9, which is down £3 from last time. It sold 2,326 sets, of which 1,293 was in America, 225 in UK, 468 in Europe, and 183 in Australia. So that's a difference of 780 sets since my last video 2 months ago. Right, now we're on to Super Mario. First one is 71411, the Mighty Bowser, £230, which is of interest to quite a lot of people. Now it's available in the UK and Europe, and the US says it will ship in 60 days. In the last 30 days, sold 30 sets, which is up 8 from last time. The highest amount is 335, which is up £7 from last time. And the lowest amount is 166, which is down £12 from last time. Now it's sold 10,957 sets, again times that by 4, so you're looking at 40,000, of which 4,713 was in the US, 1,455 in the UK, 2,895 in Europe, and 846 in Australia. So that's a difference of 1,089. So it's sold over 1,000 in the last 2 months. So it's something to keep in mind for all those people that think it's going to be a good investment or not. That's just the data to give you, more information. Next one is 71435, the Battle with Roy at Peach's Castle, £60. Now in the UK and Europe it's sold out, but still available in the US. In the last 30 days, sold 32 sets, which is down 3 from last time. The highest amount is 64, which is down £10 from last time. And the lowest amount is 39, which is the same as last time. It sold 717 sets, of which 453 was in America, 90 in the UK, 93 in Europe, and 42 in Canada. So that's a difference of 144 sets since last time. Next one is 71436, King Boo's Haunted Mansion, £65. That's available at all 3 of the websites. In the last 30 days, sold 48 sets, which is the same as last time. The highest amount was 71, which is the same as last time. And the lowest amount is 46, which is up £1 from last time. It sold 972 sets, of which 663 was in the US, 114 in the UK, 105 in Europe, and 48 in Canada. So that's a difference of 138 sets since last time. Next one is 71437, the Bowser Express train, £105. Now that one is sold out on all 3 of the websites. In the last 30 days, sold 51 sets, which is up 8 from last time. The highest amount is 134, which is down £13 from last time. And the lowest amount is 75, which is the same as last time. It sold 757 sets, of which 417 was in the US, 105 in the UK, 129 in Europe, and 48 in Canada. So that's a difference of 192 since last time. And the last Super Mario is 72033, Donkey Kong and DK Jumbo, £30. Right, so there's money off this one. In the UK, it was down 30% but sold out. In Europe, it's down 30% to €24.49. It's still available. And in the US, it's still at full price and they'll ship 30th of November, so another 7 days. That one there, in the last 30 days, sold 22 sets, which is up 1 from last time. The highest amount is 42, which is up £7 from last time. The lowest amount is 22, which is up £1 from last time. So the data on that one, it's all up, so you never know. I have seen on other videos a few people think that it should be a good investment, but like I say, I watched other videos and they say that it's not what I've said. It sold 1,025 sets, of which 480 is in the US, 144 in the UK, 192 in Europe, and 105 in Australia. So that's a difference of 477 sets. So in the last 2 months, sold 477 sets, and all the figures are going up. Right, so now we're on Animal Crossing. First one is 77046, Julian's Birthday Party, £13. In the UK, it's down 40% to £7.79, but available. In the US, it's available. And in Europe, it's down 40% to €9, but it's sold out. In the last 30 days, sold 32 sets, which is down 1 from last time. The highest amount is 16, which is down £2 from last time. The lowest amount is 9, which is the same as last time. It sold 3,103 sets, of which 1,728 was in the US, 309 in the UK, 594 in Europe, and 180 in Australia. So that's a difference of 519 sets in the last 2 months. Next one is 77047, Bunny's Outdoor Adventure, £18. Now there's money off that again. I think there's money off all of these Animal Crossing. In America, it's down 30% to $14, but sold out. In the UK, it's down 40% to £10.79, but still available. And in Europe, down 40% to €12, but still available. In the last 30 days, sold 40 sets, which is up 14 from last time. Highest amount is 20, which is up £1 from last time. Lowest amount is 11, which is down £1 from last time. It sold 3,833 sets, of which 2,214 was in the US, 438 in the UK, 630 in Europe, and 231 in Australia. So that's a difference of 753 sets in 2 months. Next one is 77048, the Caton Island Boat Tour, £25. And the UK is down 40% to £15, but sold out. In the US, it's still available. In Europe, it's down 40% to €18 and still available. In the last 30 days, sold 43 sets, which is up 26 from last time. The highest amount is 28, which is up £4 from last time. The lowest amount is 18, which is down £1 from last time. Now it's sold 3,241 sets, of which 1,944 was in the US, 327 in UK, 471 in Europe, and 198 in Australia. There's a difference of 657 since last time. So 657 in the last 2 months, and it's up 26 sales and up £4 on the highest amount. So the data looks okay for that one as well. Next one is 77049, Isabel's Home House Visit, £35. Right, so this one, I'll do the big one first. In the US, it's down 30% to $28, and they will ship 30th of November. In the UK, it's down 20% to £28, but still available. Down 20% and €32 in Europe, and it's still available. In the last 30 days, sold 31 sets, which is up 16 from last time. Highest amount is 38, which is up £1 from last time. Lowest amount is 24, which is the same as last time. It sold 3,388 sets, of which 2,004 was in the US, 303 in the UK, 522 in Europe and 252 in Australia, and it sold 744 sets since last time. Right. Next one is 77050, the Nooks Cranny and Rosie's House, £65. That's available on all three sites. In the last 30 days, sold 10 sets, which is down 2 from last time. The highest amount is 79, which is up £20 from last time, and the lowest amount is 43, which is up £1 from last time. So again, the data looks okay on that one. Sold 2,974 sets, of which 1,677 was in the US, 369 in UK, 372 in Europe, and 303 in Australia. So that's a difference of 417 sets since last time. Next one is 77051, Fly with Dodo Airlines, £32. That's available from all three, but there's money off. It's down 40% on all three other websites, so it's down to $22.79, £19.19 in the UK, and €22.79 in Europe, so still available in all three. In the last 30 days, sold 15 sets, which is down 2 from last time. Highest amount is 38, which is down £13 from last time. Lowest amount is 19, which is down £6 from last time. It sold 2,737 sets, of which 1,596 was in the US, 384 in the UK, 373 in Europe, and 171 in Australia. So that's a difference of 750 sets in the last 2 months. And the last one for this video is 77052, KK's Concert at the Plaza, £70. That's available on all three of the websites. In the last 30 days, sold 13 sets, which is up 3 from last time. The highest amount is 87, which is up 8 from last time, and the lowest amount is 46, which is up 6 from last time. It sold 2,356 sets, of which 1,662 was in the US, 219 in the UK, 210 in Europe, and 141 in Australia. So that's a difference of 453 sets. So in 2 months it sold 453 sets, and it's up on sales, up on highest and up on lowest. So just something to keep in mind. Right, so my next video will continue, even though, like I said, the Insiders Weekend will have finished by the time that I get the next video, or probably by this one it'll be posted. But it's something so that you'll know what's in stock for coming to the end of the year. Okay, so my next video will be a mix again. I think it's going to be Fortnite and Sonic and that kind of thing. So please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.